I've been sitting here, staring at this screen. Here, let me look at my clock. About 10 minutes. I've been thinking on this all day. So here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to break this into two videos. The first video, we're just going to take a look at all the cards. I went ahead and left up this screen so we could just scroll through here, and we're going to look at them one at a time. See kind of how they're going to affect the game and what I think about them. Then tomorrow, we're going to put out a video that's going to detail what I see as the future of the game and what I see as our future with TESL and other card games I'm looking at. So, let's start our review. Keep today positive. Let me get a kitty. Marcus, go over there in camera. He's just lurking around. We had people over today, so they're skittish. So, first card. Let's go all the way down the bottom. First card, Explore. Choose a creature, item, action, or support. Put a random card of that type into your hand. Treasure Hunt. Oh yes, Treasure Hunt. There have been plenty of times that I have been waiting and just saying, I just need to draw my support. I just couldn't happen. Now it can. Great card. Obstinate Goat. 2 cost 3/2. Aggressively statted 2-drop, but also functions as draw if you are playing an animal deck. I like it. Though adding more draw to the game is a bit sketch, but this one is requiring you to play tribal, which I like. Feed. 6 cost removal in yellow. This one, take all the keywords and give it to a friendly creature. It's nice. I like more circumstantial removal where you're like, well, you have to have this card, a card in play to take most advantage of it. I think it's great. Strange Brew. Transform a creature in your hand to a random creature that costs 2 more, then reduce its cost by 2. So that's going to prevent cards from escalating, so you can't go from 7 cost to 9 cost to 11 cost, because your 7 cost will go to a 9 cost, which is then reduced to 7. And if you try playing Strange Brew again, it'll go up to another 9 cost, which gets reduced to 7. I think it's nice. It's a cool tech. We'll try to do something memey with it at some point. Midnight Burial. Choose a creature in your deck. Create a copy of that creature in your discard pile and give it +1/+1. So it's kind of a support for the creature that say for each of these in your discard. It also could work with various consume decks where you're trying to, well, consume cards. Also, if you're trying to play something like Resurrection, you could guarantee just chuck an Alduin into your graveyard. I think this card is probably a little strong. Definitely a little strong. I think it's a buff to any dragon deck that runs purple. Call Dragon. This makes me sad that we literally just used our Shout deck. I am going to be building a Shout deck built around this. Level 1, 8 cost, summon a random 6 to 8 cost dragon. Upgrades all of your other Shouts. I am wondering whether this could be pulled from Paarthurnax. That is scary if it can. Because now Paarthurnax can get dragons and upgrade the other Shouts for 0. We will see. Altar of Spellmaking, the first of the tricolors as we're going up. At the end of each turn, if you played a creature, action, item, and support, play the top card of your deck. It's very specific. But for free card played, it might be worth it. It's going to count as the support, so all you need is an action, item, and creature. At 12 Magicka, that's probably doable, and if you're playing some form of support Guildsworn list, you're probably going to have the actions. I like it. We'll see what we can do with it. Smuggler Underboss. 4 cost 4/3, drain. At the end of your turn, if you played 3 cards this turn, Smuggler Underboss is immune to damage until your next turn. Cool. I like it. I think it goes really well with the Halalu theme, which used to be draw a bunch of cards, play a bunch of cards. They're not great, but they're not terrible. He's got about the stats of a 3-drop. 4-3, just reversing the 3-4 that has been common. And some of the overstated 3-drops have 4-4, which are on par with him. So he's likely to trade favorably. The drain means aggro needs to answer him. And making him immune to damage, if you can give him guard or other keywords that otherwise interfere with your opponent, could be really nice to play around with. Pact Outcast. This is some support for Veteran. Summon and Veteran. Consume a creature. Pact Outcast uses the consumed creature's Veteran ability. So when you play it, you get to consume, and then you get a Veteran ability. Which, there are some good ones. There are also some terrible ones, but there are some good ones. And then when you attack and survive, you get to do that again. I think it's going to be nice. It'll help you when a lot of your Veteran cards are getting removed. And you're just able to try to make some use out of them, getting some extra draw. It's nice. A new era. I think this card is OP. I think this card is terribly, terribly OP. Shuffle all creatures into your deck. If there are creatures on board, they are now in your deck. It wipes the entire board for 11 Magicka and refills your deck. And you can run 3 of them. You won't run 3, you'll run 2, but... It'll be interesting to see if we get a Control Empire list with that. That is the only possible nerf, is it does not have blue attached, so it's not going to be the strongest control list. Coordinator of the Almcivi, 2 cost 3/3. Guard Exalt 3. Exalt 3 is +2/+2. So a 5 cost 5/5 guard that is exalted. Ordinator of the Almcivi is permanently shackled unless you have an exalted creature in play. This will be good for Tribunal control because the 3/3 guard that is permanently shackled, they do not care to attack. They care to have a 3/3 guard for 2 cost. It's great for them. Carrying on. Enchanted Ring. Mobilize, +1/+1. Summon, equip the wielder with all copies of Enchanted Ring from your discard pile. Then the wielder, if the wielder has 3 or more items, draw a card. I like this card. I think it is fun. I think it is memey. I think we'll do cool things with it. It's gonna be fun. Wild, Ishater? Charge, summon. Friendly creatures gain rally this turn. So it's a charge on its turn, or when it's summoned, 1/1 with rally. But any creature you have already gets rally. I'm hoping that stacks with existing rally, so existing rally becomes rally 2 becomes rally 3, etc. Could be really fun with a tokens hand buff list. That's what I have to say. Red Mountain, 4 cost support. Your creatures with 5 power or more cost 2 less. If only... We can now play a proper Dagoth Greed deck. Next. Aldmeri Spell. When your opponent takes damage... Oh, I should mention, because I had someone say this to me. This will not combo with Conscription. In the same way Lich's Ascension does not combo with Conscription. Because it is reducing the cost of your creatures in hand, not your creatures in deck explicitly, like Rimmen Purveyor does. Aldmeri Spell. When your opponent takes damage, you gain 1 Magicka this turn. A nice little way of saying Empower +1 Magicka, except making it an ongoing effect. Which I guess Empower is an ongoing effect. Not sure why it doesn't say Empower. Because Empower typically has only been triggering on summons. It is a 5 cost 3/6 though, so it is going to be relatively slow. But if you're trying to up Magicka as part of a control list, could be relatively nice. And the last one, Deathscythe. 1-cost drain action. Deal damage to a creature equal to the number of creatures that died this turn. A nice removal. If you kill 1 creature, it's a 1-cost, deal 1 damage drain. You kill 2 creatures, you have 7 Magicka, play Ice Storm, something survives, you just clear the remaining creature, or something had ward, you just clear it. I think it's a nifty control tool. The drain is a nice addition. Overall, I think these are the most solid cards I have seen in some time. I look forward to experimenting with them. Tomorrow, we will have a video up looking at the future of TESL, the future of us with TESL, and yeah, kind of just processing the news. I wanted to give it a day, kind of for me to sit back, collect all of the info that we have, so that I'm not trying to jump to conclusions or making some wildly inaccurate statements. So I'm going to spend tomorrow kind of processing and taking a hard look at what we've got, and I will have news for you on Sunday. Until then, good vibes, good night.